Good morning, everybody. This is Laura from the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and I'm here to do our routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period from today, Monday, July 14th, to Sunday, July 20th. So first of all, I want to talk about today's hazards. We are in a marginal to slight risk of excessive rainfall. This means that there will be isolated to scattered flash flooding possible this afternoon into tonight due to slow-moving storms. And we are also in a general thunderstorm to marginal risk of severe weather, meaning that isolated severe thunderstorms producing damaging winds are possible west of US 1 this afternoon. Now to look at the coming week, there are going to be mainly isolated, diurnally driven showers and thunderstorms expected through the week, with the lowest coverage expected Thursday and Friday. Highs will generally be in the upper 80s to the low to mid 90s throughout the week, and heat index values over 100 are possible Thursday through the weekend, with some 105-degree possible heat index values this weekend, especially on Saturday. Looking at the experimental heat risk for days 1 through 3, you can see that today and Tuesday and Wednesday, we are in minor to major heat risk, and Thursday through Sunday, we're in moderate to major heat risk. I also want to emphasize that this week to the next 10 days are generally the hottest on average for the entire year. So make sure that people sensitive to heat and without adequate cooling are able to be cooled off somewhat and drinking lots of water. Looking at the precipitation forecast for the next 5 days, today you can expect around a 1/2 inch to 1 3/4 inch, especially west of US 1. And again, tomorrow, west of US 1, there should be around a 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain, with that 5-day total showing around 2.5 inches, maybe a little more as the maximum. And most of that rain, again, should be west of US 1, but there could still be some pockets heavier east of US 1. Now looking at today through Wednesday's excessive rainfall outlook, as I said earlier, isolated to scattered flash flooding is possible this afternoon into tonight. Tomorrow, isolated flash flooding will be possible again. And Wednesday, we are not expecting any flash flooding at this time. Locations with moist soils from recent rain, especially after the remnants of Chantal, will be especially sensitive. And localized urban flooding will be most probable where heavy rainfall is occurring. Now for the severe thunderstorm potential for days 1 through 8. You can see the marginal for today again, so isolated severe thunderstorms will be possible this afternoon into this evening, and some storms may be strong to severe Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. We're expecting damaging winds to be the primary hazard all days. Now looking at the Atlantic tropical outlook, you can see that there is a low chance of formation of a system off the coast of Florida, which will move westward across Florida into the Gulf by late Tuesday. But this system will not bring any impacts to central North Carolina, and no other locations are being monitored for development across the Atlantic Ocean currently. For the next 8 to 14 days, we have a 40 to 50% chance of above average temperatures, and you can see our normal temperatures there in the bottom for 3 climate sites. And we are also expecting a 33 to 40% chance of above normal precipitation. Looking at the experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook, you can see the today is being highlighted for a marginal risk of the severe thunderstorms and thunderstorm wind. And each day from today through Sunday is being shown to have either a limited, elevated, or significant risk of lightning, with the elevated and limited risk of excessive rainfall today and Tuesday, and significant and extreme threat of extreme heat today through Sunday. To summarize, mainly isolated and afternoon diurnally driven showers and storms are expected through the week, with the lowest coverage expected Thursday and Friday, with highs in the upper 80s to the low to mid 90s throughout the week, with heat index values over 100 and 105 possible Thursday through the weekend. And we have the hazards of heat, excessive rainfall, and severe thunderstorms over the next week.